Hi, Anthony Mahabir here, author of Shadows in the Trade Winds, with episode 7, which comes from Linda in Arima, who asks, do you think any of these stories still exist nowadays? That's a really interesting question because Caribbean folklore was never just about frightening people. Yes, there's mystery, there's suspense, and there are stories that still make people nervous to walk alone at night. But many of these legends were also created to teach lessons and warn people about bad choices. Some stories warned children not to wander too far from home. Others warned against greed, pride, dishonesty, or disrespecting nature and elders. The supernatural element made the lesson unforgettable. So even if someone didn't believe in a sukuya or a duen, they still understood the message behind the story. And that's why I think these stories still exist today. Maybe not always in the exact form our grandparents told them, but in the values, warnings, and mysteries we continue to pass down. Because folklore is more than scary stories, it's culture, wisdom, fear, imagination, and history all wrapped up into one. The challenge, though, is that these stories aren't being told as often anymore. Many communities, they've grown quieter with each generation, and some risk disappearing altogether. That's one of the reasons I wrote Shadows in the Trade Winds, to capture these stories, preserve them, and pass them on to the next generation, who may not be as fortunate as many of us were to hear them firsthand from our parents and grandparents and elders. But at the same time, there are still people across the Caribbean who will quietly tell you they've seen things they simply cannot explain. And that's where the mystery continues, because in the Caribbean, stories don't just live in books, they live in people.